If you're an e-commerce brand and you're looking at starting with Google Ads in 2025, in this video, I'm going to take you through how to set up a shopping campaign for your business. Now, I do want to stress that if you're an e-commerce brand and you're just starting in Google Ads, I recommend that you start with a combination of search and shopping campaigns. If you haven't watched my search campaign tutorial video, I recommend that you go through and watch that video after you watch this one. And at the end of this video, I'll show you where you can watch that. But I do just want to talk to people who are new to Google Ads because I know it can be really confusing and you can get so much different information about the different types of campaigns and the different types of strategies. And what I really wanted to focus on first is the reason for why I recommend that you start with search and shopping is because you're going to be targeting people who are really at the bottom of the funnel looking for your products or looking for your brand, and you can connect them to your ads straight away. Now, I do definitely agree with Google Ads. For true success, you want to be using other types of campaigns like Performance Max and Demand Gen. But what I want to stress with those types of campaigns is that in order for them to work the best, you need to have a collection of conversions and also audiences inside of your Google Ads account. And the reason being is because those campaign types, they take your conversion data and your audience data, and then they go and find similar types of audiences and similar types of people that want to convert. With search and shopping, what we want to do long-term, we want to own that high intent traffic. So the users that are searching for high converting search terms, we want to make sure that our shopping ads are converting. We also want to make sure our search ads are converting, but obviously for this video, because we're talking about shopping, we want to make sure that fundamentally that when people search for our products, that we've got the right product titles and we've got product pages which are converting. So before you branch out into, sort of the wide open spaces of Google, you want to make sure that you've got a product and you've got products that are converting. And this will save a lot of horror stories that I hear of people just investing thousands and thousands of dollars on Google without seeing any result. And that comes back to people not firstly understanding and making sure that their products do convert. The way that I explain to new people coming into Google Ads is you do need to understand that Google Ads won't solve underlying business problems. Google Ads is a great tool, but it's kind of more like gasoline. Like you pour gasoline on a fire and it really does drive the results. You get bigger flames and more results. But if you've got no flame there, throwing gasoline, you're just throwing gasoline on a pile of sticks. And what you want to make sure before you go to those supercharged campaigns of Performance Max and Demand Gen, that you've got a converting product. And that's why we start with shopping. The other reason as well is further down the line, when you add in these other types of campaigns, you want them focusing on reaching out to new customers. So we won't be turning off our search and shopping in the future, we'll just be adding to them. And I'm going to show you a perfect example of what this looks like in the future. The other thing that I do want to stress is that many people have missed that October 2024. So this is early 2025, but October 2024, Google actually changed the relationship between shopping and Performance Max. And the change is that previous to that, Google would give a preference to Performance Max, whereas that is no longer the case. So I did used to understand why some brands would go straight to Performance Max because Google would favor Performance Max in the shopping feed ads. That now is no longer the case. So there's no reason for you to start with Performance Max. Some people would say, oh, shopping's not working, so try Performance Max because of that favoritism. It's not there anymore. If your ads aren't converting, something is wrong with your product titles, your keyword targeting, or your landing pages. And so that I can show you a perfect example of this, let's jump into a quick screen share and then we'll be back. So what I'm showing you here is an e-commerce brand, and you can see that they've got Performance Max, a search and a shopping campaign. And they've actually got two different search campaigns for two different, very distinct product categories. But the way that we've got this set up is that our Performance Max is targeting new customers. And I really want to show you down what's happening with the standard shopping account is that you can see from here with the conversion rates, we've now got this shopping conversion rate up at 13%. And the search campaigns are at 8% and 9%, and the Performance Max is at 3%, but we're not worried about that because what we're looking at here is that this Performance Max campaign is bringing in new customers, which we are then converting through our search and shopping campaigns. And this is the best structure that we're seeing that is working in 2025. So what we're wanting to do here is that we're wanting to make sure that our search and shopping campaigns are really dialed in and really targeting those keywords which we know convert. And then when we add in things like Performance Max and Demand Gen down the track, they're reaching out for new customers and using that baseline data, feeding feeding into the conversion data so that you're getting better results. Now, as I said, we're going to have a video at the end which will explain that further, because I don't want to get too sidetracked from what our goal is today of taking you through how to set up your shopping campaign. But I really did want to give that clarification because it is a really, really important thing that you need to understand, especially for e-commerce brand owners when they're stepping into the world of Google Ads. There's so many different messages there, but I just really wanted to let you know how we're setting up and why we're doing it that way. So now I want to take you through the process of setting up your very first shopping campaign. It's a couple of steps that we need to do here. Firstly, you do need to connect your store. So whether you're using Shopify or whether you're using eCommerce, I'm going to show you how you can easily do that. The good thing with a lot of these products now, it used to be quite fiddly. Now it's quite easy. Then I'll take you through inside of Google Ads, how to set up your Google Ads shopping campaign. But before we do that, I will just take you through a quick discussion with product titles. And the reason for why your product titles are so important for a shopping campaign is you may be aware with a search campaign, you're entering keywords, and that's the different auctions that you are bidding for. However, with a shopping campaign, you're not adding in keywords. Those keywords are coming in mainly from your product titles. Google also does grab some information from your product descriptions and landing pages, but the most important data source that Google is grabbing it from is from your product title. So I'll just show you some examples of how we would go about and do that. With the setup process for your shopping campaign, if you miss any of these steps, please do not be worried, because if you follow the link in the description, you can download my Google Ads shopping campaign setup guide, which has got screen shares and it takes you through all of the different steps that you need to complete. Now, we won't be moving through it too fast, but I do know that some people like to be able to have that download guide so they can run through it at their own pace. All right, so with all that said, let's jump into that screen share. So where you want to go in through here is you want to go to this URL, which is google.com. And if you just to type google.com and then connect your e-commerce store, you'll come at this page. And what you need to do from here, if you click on connect to Google, what you can then do, whether you're using Shopify or e-commerce, if you just click in through here, it takes you through the step-by-step process of setting that up. So what you do need is you do obviously need your Shopify or e-commerce or BigCommerce set up, and then it's just a matter of going through that connection. It is quite easy now. And as I said, the good thing is, especially with Shopify, they've got a whole heap of plugins that you can install, and it makes it super, super easy to do. All right, now that you've got that connection happening, the next part that you want to do is when you are inside of Google Ads, you want to go into here. So you can either press create campaign, this button, or create up here. Just before I take you through the process of setting up this Google Ads campaign, so we don't have to stop halfway through the setup, promised you that we'd talk about shopping titles. Now, remembering the reason why shopping titles are so important is because when your ads are triggered, it comes from the information from your product title. So I'll just give you some different examples. This is for a smaller e-commerce store. So you can see they've only got 4 different products, and you can see through here what they've done is that they've got the product name, then they've got the highest keyword, and then they've got the brand name. Another option could be in through here is, I just want to show you some examples in through here. This one in here, we would say that that's probably not the best product title because it's just got maxi dress, whereas with this one, you can see here how it's got high neck satin maxi dress. And they're the type of modifiers that you want to be able to include in there, which are going to give you better results. Once again, here it says like long sleeve wrap mini dress. So rather than just saying mini dress, you're giving extra information. And the reason for why that is going to be so important is because it gives Google those extra insights for targeting your keywords. So just think about your product titles. Ideally, what you want to be having in through there is that you want to have some keyword focused and the product title, then the brand name. Back to campaign setup, let's go in and select sales. Once you've got your Google feed connected with Google Ads, you'll see here that it'll automatically have a purchaser's goal in here. Then from there, we just go through and click continue. And we want to be selecting shopping as our product type. And you can see here that it pulls up your merchant feed already. Now, if you've got multiple feeds here, just make sure you select the right one. Now, Google is still trying to push you over to Performance Max. Remember what we spoke about before, we're wanting to start with standard shopping and then go through and click continue. Now, when it comes to your campaign name, you want to be using something which makes sense to you. The other thing that I would just think about is with your campaigns, for many stores, you may want to have multiple campaigns. So let's just say that you're a fashion retailer, you had some products for men, products for women, and products for kids. That would make a lot of sense that you'd break out those campaigns. So you'd have a men's campaign, women's campaign, and a children's campaign. And the reason for that is so that you may want to have different budgets. So you may sell a lot more women's and kids clothing than men's clothing. So you can have a higher budget for those other types of product categories. But let's just say in through here, we're going to go kids, and we're going to put that this is going to be targeting the USA. It doesn't really matter what you call the campaign name. It really comes down to you knowing what that campaign name is. So as you can see, I just changed from kids to shopping. We're just putting in the shopping USA for demonstration purposes. The whole thing is here is that when you're going to optimize your account later down the track, you've got a very clear idea of what each campaign is targeting. So now we go into our bidding and budget. Because this is a new campaign, I would recommend starting with manual CPC. Eventually, we will move over to a target ROAS, but we don't want to do that until we have very clear idea on what the best performing products and what our profit margins are. Then you want to put in your budget. People always ask, where should you start your budget? Obviously, the more money, the better, but you do need to balance it out with making sure you've got some profit there. But as a baseline, I'd be wanting to generate at least 10, ideally 20 clicks a day. So let's just say your CPC is at $2. I'd be starting your budget somewhere around $40 to $50. Let's just put it in at 40. And then you've got some options for customer acquisition. Now, at the moment, because you don't have any audiences in there, this is not a problem. Down the track, you may want to add that in, but you can't do that yet because you don't have any audiences in there. Campaign priority. This is something that you don't need to worry about at the moment. If you've got multiple campaigns, especially if you're targeting some of the same products to the same audiences, but you've got a bit more of an advanced strategy, that's when you may use this. But at the moment, just keep it at low. With the search network, look, I deselect this, but I'm not going to say by selecting it's going to absolutely ruin your campaign. The reason why I just do it is because more and more this is growing out to the search network can include park domains, other sites related to Google. So we just want to keep it on the Google Shopping Network. And when it comes to your locations, you can target this down all the way down to zip codes or postcodes. We're just going to keep it in the United States. The only other thing I would say is that especially if you're only shipping to the USA, make sure that you're doing presence only, not presence or interest, because presence and interest takes it outside of the US States or whatever country you're targeting if that person has shown an interest in their previous search history about USA or whatever country or location you're targeting. Then with the ad group name, I would write an individual product category. So you'd write the product category name. Once again, this is going to be different. So that's why I'll just write PC1. Once again, you just want to avoid seeing ad group 1, ad group 2, ad group 3 because you don't really know what you're talking about. So for this, it would be something like if it was men's, you'd have men's shirts or men's shorts or men's denim shorts, whichever way you want to break it down. And starting mid, we're just going to put this at $2. We can check it later and update it when we need to. And then it's just a matter of going through and clicking create campaign. Now we're not fully done yet because what you do need to do is, depending on how many products you have, you may want to go in and add a subdivision. And you can see from here, this shopping feed only has 4 different products. But if you've got a shopping feed which has thousands of products, you may want to break it down by your product type. And that way you can select. So let's just say we're going to select this one in here and we're going to save without editing bids because we've already set it at $2. And then what you do is that you would exclude everything else. And what you're then doing there is that you're then saying for this ad group, we're only just going to those products. If you then wanted to add in a separate ad group, you come back to the ad group section, we go product category 2, let's keep this at $2. And then we go back in and we would select, say, for example, we're going to select this product category. We're going to exclude everything else. And then when we've got through here, so we've got our 2 different ad groups, which are targeting separate products. And what that allows us to do is that, we can edit our CPC bids if this one is more expensive than the other one. And it just allows us some further optimization options further down the track. That's the process that you can use to set up your shopping campaign inside of Google Ads. A couple of things before we finish. Remember, if you missed any of those steps, or you want to get access to my Google Shopping Campaign Setup Guide with all of those screen shares, just follow the link in the description below. Also, remember at the start of the video, I was talking about Performance Max and Demand Gen. If you want to see how I'm using these campaigns and when is the right time to use them, go through and watch this video right here. And if you want to know everything that you need to know about Google Ads in 2025, including getting your keyword copy, getting your ad copy, how to set up and optimize all of the different types of campaigns, why don't you go through and watch this playlist here, which is called Get Google Ready for 2025. Thank you again, and I look forward to seeing you in one of these videos right now. See ya.